Well, when I spoke to him when he was in jail. When I was in jail, I spoke to him.
You spoke to him on the phone?
Yeah.
He called you? Or you called him?
No, I called him. One of my friends worked for Smooth Magazine. This is when he was first coming out.
Okay.
Before he had blew up and no bodyguards and none of that. So when I found out that he was using my name, I started trying to find out who he was.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gonna talk.
All right, hey, I gotta ask you about this because you never told me about this, and I heard you say it. And this deposition, you telling me that Rick walked in there, shook everybody's hand, and did not shake your hand?
No, he didn't acknowledge me.
Didn't even look at you, or he looked at you and looked the other way, or he didn't even look at you.
He kind of did. Like I got up because everybody.
You got up to shake his hand.
Everybody in the room got up.
Like what's
just
up?
Being respectful.
Just being respectful.
So I got up and he shook my lawyer's hand.
He looked at you and he didn't even look at you. He just like damn, this you the reason I'm in here.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
How long did y'all stay in there?
We stayed in there a few hours.
Really?
Yeah.
And he wouldn't look at you. Did he look at you like side eye you or anything?
I can't remember, man. That was so long.
He probably wasn't looking at him.
No, he seen
I was
it.
looking at
he
him.
looked at it. Because he the real Rick Ross.
I was looking
he
at that
looking at him like, nigga, I'm here.
Yeah, I was looking at that nigga like, man, you for real.
And he wouldn't even look at you because he couldn't even look in your eyes.
Well, when I spoke to him when he was in jail. When I was in jail, I spoke to him.
You spoke to him on the phone?
Yeah.
He called you? Or you called him?
No, I called him. One of my friends worked for Smooth Magazine. This is when he was first coming out.
Okay.
Before he had blew up and no bodyguards and none of that. So when I found out that he was using my name, I started trying to find out who he was. And I was already in the music industry.
Yeah.
I was messing around with people in the music industry already, and newspapers and all that. Because my story had already been all over, so I'd already knew a lot of people that was in the industry. So I started calling everybody, who know this guy? And one of my partners said, "Nah, he'll be in my office Monday morning at 9:00. Call me. I'll put him on the phone with you." So he put him on the phone with me. We talked. He gave me his number. We talked one time after that. And then he changed his number.
So he talked like I respect you and.
Oh my goodness! That first day, it was like, like I was his pimp or something.
Yeah, this is why I did this.
But exactly.
This is really why I did this.
Man, I played a record and I mentioned your name on it to some dudes in a car and everybody's ears perked up. I couldn't make that shit up. I don't know nobody ears perking up. What that mean? You know what I'm saying?
God, dog. And then all of a sudden, the second time you called.
Well, see, now I was telling him that I want him to come and see me. Because I had some ideas for us to do some business.
Yeah, which makes sense.
And I was telling him, look, you ain't got to tell them you me. If you just be my friend, they going to like you.
They going to like you regardless.
They going to like you because you my friend, because you support me. I told him, I said, man, what we do is one day you doing your show, we call. And this is before most people had never heard that this is a call from a federal prison.
Exactly.
Ooh. So I'm telling him, okay, while in the middle of your show, I call and they play it over the old intercom. And when they hear that, man, and you had like a quick conversation right in front of the whole audience, they're going to go crazy
for you. They're going to go crazy for you.
And I guess his handler was like, oh no, man, if they find out that you ain't the real Rick Ross and that there's
he didn't think, Rick and at Ross. That time he didn't know if you was getting out.
No, he knew I was getting out then.
He knew?
I had a date. Yeah, I had a date then. I had like 3 years left.
So he knew you was getting out.
Maybe I don't know if he did or not. But I knew I was getting out.
Yeah, and he understood.
If he would have asked me, I would have told him that I'm
coming home, man.
Yeah.
You use my name, but you're gonna have to do something.
And then, I was getting letters from the little girl, Esther Piles.
Okay.
And I called her one day and she was like, I'm going to do your boy video and blah blah blah. And man, she said he dropped so much salt on me. Oh, you messing with that dude? You call that dude in jail? You can have anybody you want. Just some haterism.
But Freeway, was it a plus or a takeaway with you maneuvering the business and doing all the stuff you doing? Him using your name, Is it a plus in that? Is there a good thing? Anything?
Oh,
good
he definitely kept the name alive and made the name more notable. You know, you figure what they probably spend, what, $10-20 million marketing.
Yeah.
So you know all that help with the name. You know, Rick Ross, so people recognize the name, because when they hear Rick Ross, most people first thing they think is him.
Yeah.
You know. But then when they find out that there's a real Rick Ross, you know, then they be like, wow, you know. So it's definitely it helped. It helped.
Let's talk about the podcast that you're gonna do now that Joe Rogan damn podcast. I heard that shit.
I gotta do it, man. You know, Joe told me to do that T-shirt, man.
Yeah, I remember saying that.
And that T-shirt went crazy, so. Everybody been telling me, man, do a podcast. Man, I ain't got time for no damn podcast.
What's going to make that podcast different this time from the last time you did a podcast? What went wrong the last time?
Well, I really didn't do a podcast. I was on a podcast with Dave Mays. And then that podcast was based on snowfall.
Yeah.
If I do one now, it's going to be just based on whatever I want to do, you know, whoever, you know, like I probably bring one of my homies in that who did 45 years.
Whoa.
You know, who's a real Crip.
Oh man, a real one, right? So yeah, and
you know, people like that there, you know, probably, you know, I like to interview Joe. You know?
Really?
Absolutely. Because I didn't ask him no question about himself. You know,
you know what? I want that interview now that you said it.
We talked about me.
That'll be hard. Joe Rogan.
And some of the other people, you know, that done did interviews with me. I probably would interview you and get into your personal business.
Yeah, and I showed up. Give it up. We'll give it up. We'll give it up. For you, hell yeah.
He got to ask the right question.
So I think I could do that.
I know you could. I really do.
And you know, probably a lot of the lames ain't gonna probably come in and interview with me, but you know, the real people they'll come in, I believe, and you know, we have some good conversation. That's all it is. And I know one of the things that I definitely want is I want a phone line where people can call in and talk on the phone, because I'll be having some conversations on the phone, man. People would be like, wow, they would not believe some of the
equipment got it on. All you hit the button and it comes right in, and they call right in here, right?
I'm doing it. That's what I want to do live.
Well, you know, anything you need from me, I'm definitely going, whatever you need. If it's any information, anything I can do, man, we love you, Rick. Man, we'll do whatever
I love you
for
too,
you.
man.
I have a question.
This is my guy, man. This is my guy, man. And that's why I tell you, anything you need, we doing it. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Whatever I got to do.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gonna talk.